Hey Arisers, what's arising? Hope you guys are doing well mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically in this unprecedented time of a lot of chaos and just a lot of intense moments right now. I participated in a protest of George Floyd, as well as representing many others that we have lost of innocent lives due to our injustice system and police brutality. And I wanted to shed a little light and give a different perspective on what I witnessed personally. And I'm making this video because I want you to see how we are together, but a lot of us is not on the same page. On my way to the protest, I met up with 4 other protesters who we were headed in the same direction. And as we got out the train station and we were going, I forgot what avenue it was, but we were passing by a lot of stores. They got looted and vandalized. This is where that different perspective kicks in. And this is what I want you guys to be aware of. In this group of 4 of people that I met up with, it was 2 girls and 2 guys. One girl I can tell was a little bit more mature than the other one, a little bit. But as we were passing by these stores that were looted and vandalized, they were yelling out, "Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, that's what they get. I like that. I'm about that." And I let it go for a while, but as it kept going, as we kept walking to find the protest, I was just like, okay. I told one girl, the one that was a little bit more mature, I was like, let me ask you a question. And I'm going to actually play this clip for you guys so you guys can see where I'm coming from, but I'm just going to break it down to you and talk about it as well, just in case some of the audio is not clear to you. And she said yes. And I said, well, not to argue with you, just want to ask a sensible question. Why do you agree on breaking in and theft? She said, the reason why I agree with it is because even though it's not something that I would do, I think that people have their own way to grieve. She was saying no real reform has been made since Trayvon Martin, and now we have a president that makes people think it's okay to treat us like dirt. So I felt like she wasn't really answering the question, and she was kind of deterring away from the actual question that I asked. So then I proceeded to give her an example. I said, well, if you and your mom had a shopper in your home, I said, if somebody came in you and your mom's home, broke in, vandalized, looted, stole things, I said, you and your mom would be upset. I said, you're going to be mad, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be wondering, why in the world did they do this? I said, but the reason they did it is because they was mad at something that happened that you had nothing to do with. So then she kind of cuts me off in a way, and she's like, well, one thing about it, they have insurance, and America was built up off a revolution. And I'm just like, well, regardless or not they have insurance or not, there shouldn't even be a factor in this. And she's like, and for a revolution, people need to see some sight. I said, so people have to commit crimes that has nothing to do with what happened. So she then asked me, well, do you know about the Boston Tea Party? I'm like, yeah, no, I know about it. She was like, well, they were saying F you against the king, and they threw over their own tea. And then at the part of this video, you hear me say, well, I have a rebuttal against that, but I'm just going to leave it. Because at this point, I just felt like I wasn't really going to try to put in so much energy to correct someone, or not really correct, but just let someone see a different perspective of what they were thinking. And yes, guys, I do know about the Boston Tea Party, no taxation without representation, you know, the whole thing with they wanted to increase the tax on tea, and tea was a huge thing at that time. Like, and I do know the whole story about it. But I didn't want to go into the Boston Tea Party with her like that because it had nothing to do with my question. So I'm going to play this clip for you to see what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to come back and tell you what was said after that clip was cut off. So I have a question. Very reasonable question. Why do you guys agree with breaking and stealing?
I was telling her that, like, the reason why I agree with it, like, I don't personally feel like I would do it, but, like, I feel like everybody has the right to grieve the way they want to grieve. And then on top of that, too, I realized that, like, we've been peacefully protesting for, like, almost a decade. I know how angry I was personally when I heard about the first time I woke up to, like that we were still being, like, to police brutality was with, like, Trayvon Martin. It's been, like, 8 years since that. No real reform has been made. Time and time again, people have either been getting away with it, or they've been arrested and no real conviction has been made. And then now there's a president that puts it, like, the battery on people's backs to make them think it's okay to like treat us like dirt.
Okay, but for instance, if someone broken into your business for something that you had nothing to do with, you're gonna call some help.
Right.
You're gonna be upset because they stole your Louis or your bags.
First and foremost, they have insurance. Second of all, this is a revolution.
Well,
this is how revolutions start.
But besides the fact they got insurance, though.
You said what?
Besides the fact they got insurance.
Besides, they do have insurance.
If they did, I mean, that's here.
This is what I gotta say. America was born off of a revolution. So this is a revolution. That's what it is. This is a revolution. That's how the birth of America came out of a revolution. And for a revolution, there has to be a fight. There has to be war. That's exactly what's happening.
There has to be crime with people that had nothing to do with the main
what is
issue.
what is the Boston Tea Party? The start of the American Revolution. Where they took all of the English tea and they said fuck it to the king, right? And that's what's happening right now.
I get that, but the king actually has something to do with the purpose.
Okay, so then individually, not really. Because the tea had to go with people's stores, people were selling it. It's the same shit. But they were just like using it as a symbol. It was their own shit. It was their own tea. It was their own economy that they were fucking up to send a message.
It was that, but okay.
So the message is that we're fucking up the economy, fucking with the money so they could listen. Either that or people just need to stop buying shit. If you don't want to loot, then stop buying shit. Let's all not put money in the pockets of anybody, because when there's no money, they'll listen. Money talks. That's the point.
Wait, where are we going?
Okay.
You want to Washington Union Square?
Well, it seems like a lot of people is up here.
I'm more of like an MLK than a Malcolm X, but if people want to be angry at this point, I get it.
I mean, I have a rebuttal for it, but I'm gonna leave it.
No, I understand what I mean. Since I could look at it from perspective.
So I proceeded to tell her that, first of all, the tea was their own product. They were having a revolution to the people. That was the cause. That was the source. Everything that they did that was destructive was in that reason. It had to do with the problem. I told her, I said, what I'm saying is that these businesses that we're passing by, Foot Locker, Starbucks, whatever all business we were passing by, shoe stores, jewelry stores, they have nothing to do with Floyd's death. Nothing at all. I told her, on top of that, black-owned businesses are getting hit. And she was like, yeah, you're right, because they may not have insurance either. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about insurance. The point is it's not their product. Their business has nothing to do with killing Floyd. Zero disconnect. There's all disconnect there. I told her, whether they have insurance or not, these people worked hard to get what they are. Work hard to get this product. I told her, just like I was saying earlier, if people came in and ramshacked you and your mom's house and stole your stuff and looted your stuff, you're going to be mad and upset and wondering why. Why did this happen when you had nothing to do with what they're being mad about? And I told her, these are people that's taking advantage of the situation, taking advantage of the purpose, taking advantage of this protest. And then she was like, yeah, you're right. See what you're saying. Some people just loot just to be looting. I told her, I said, look, I just try to get people to see the basis of why they're angry. Understand the reason why you're upset, the cause. Look at the source. I said, that's all I'm trying to say. People need to know how to channel their anger towards the source, towards the root. That would be better, and that would make more sense. And what a lot of people don't realize, a lot of these looters, they don't realize, a lot of these store owners that you're looting and vandalizing are walking with us. They are in the same protest. They have lended their money to help bail. They have signed petitions. And you have to understand, this is on top of their business being closed from a pandemic. Can't even open. Now I want you guys to understand, I understand that there are white supremacists, there are right-wing groups that have infiltrated the protest, so it looks like that we are doing it. We've seen these videos. We've seen all these videos surface, how people look like they're with us, but they're not. I understand that there are all of these other groups that are not with our purpose. But I've also seen videos where our young black men and young black women are also tearing down glass and stealing and looting as well. I'm talking to those people. I'm talking to you. And you're looting because it's not in your shoes. You're not wearing those shoes. Somebody has not stole and ramshacked your spot that you worked hard for something that you didn't even do. And really it's just a selfish act. I understand that you're upset, that you're angry, and that you want to take your frustration out. And these kids, they want to be a part of something that's such a revolution and there's such a change, and they want to make a change, but see, they don't know how to channel that anger. They don't know where to be angry at. And they do these things like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get these Jordans out of Foot Locker, I'm gonna get this Louis Vuitton bag and these Gucci bags. For what? For yourself. Because none of those bags, none of those shoes are changing anything about George Floyd's situation. Another thing, as we was walking to this protest, there were two older white women who were talking to us, and a couple of us was ahead, so we didn't really hear exactly what was going on, but they perceived her talking to the one that I was talking to initially. They perceived her as talking angry or something. But I didn't look at it like that. So they're like, stop being a racist. You know, just yelling out. Don't even hear what she's saying. You know, oh, she's just ignorant. And when she came back, she's like, no, they're good, they're good. They were just letting me know how they used to march for women's rights when they were younger. And they were rooting us on marching for what we're marching for today. And so the other girl was just like, oh, well, that's neither here nor there. It's not doing this, that's not doing that. It has nothing to do with this. And you know what the other girl said, who said they were okay? She said, well, I wouldn't call them ignorant, because what they did in their time is what they could do in their time. And I turned around and I said, you know what? I like what you said there. I like how you said what they did in their time is what they did in their time, because that's true. And what we're doing in our time is what's going on right now. The last thing I want to bring to you that I experienced with this protest, I was marching in this protest, a group in front of me, we were passing by cops who were just standing there, just looking. We were passing by cops and police officers, and it was a group in front of me, a young black men who were smoking and everything, and they're taunting them. They're, F you effing cops, you effing pigs, come over here and do what? Do what? I want you to come over here and do what? And I'm just like, yo, what, why? Why taunt them? And walking past those same cops, the group behind me is like, walk with us, walk with us, walk with us. And I'm just like, yo, you guys need to make up your mind, because you're on two different pages right now. And this is what I mean when I say I wanted to make this video to share my experience. And I'm so glad that I went to experience that so I can see the mentality of our generation and of a younger generation. And I make this video to say this is our job. Our job as, and I'm not even speaking of someone who's older, because someone who is older can be just as ignorant as someone is younger. But someone who is on a mature level mentally, it is our job to teach the younger generation, or to teach someone who doesn't look like they're mentally comprehending everything that's going on at the moment. It's our job to teach them and guide them into the right perspective, to think a little differently. It is our job to educate them, because here you are, have 20,000 of people marching for one thing: the injustice in our justice system. And we want justice for Floyd and many others who have lost their lives due to this, due to police brutality. We want to see a change. We're marching for one thing, yet we are on a different page. So it is our job to educate ones who think that they know what they're doing, but they really don't. Know what you're angry about. Know where to channel your anger. Know who to go to. So that was my experience of protesting. I think by now you guys may have seen the vlog. If not, then I'll put the vlog out sometime soon after this. There are other videos that has been made. I just have not put them out because it's just not the time. It's not the space for that. And I want you guys to know that I enjoyed myself being out there protesting. I honestly wish that I was out there with my mom, because that's how I became an activist. Being right there with my mom side by side while she was in the mayor's space, the city councilman's space. She wanted to make a change for our community because we stayed in the hood. We was on the west side. So I was brought up into activism. My grandmother was an activist. And it just felt so right being out there. And I've signed petitions. I've sat here and watched this news. I kept up on all my feeds. I've made my post. But it wasn't enough for me. I felt like I had to go out there and protest, and I'm so glad that I did it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you all are doing well once again. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys on the other side of positivity and change. Peace.
Fit me like a puzzle piece. Be the jig to my saw. Be the inhale to my X. Breathe out while I breathe in. Be the fit to my diamond.